I believe I found a connection.
I think I found a connection.
I knew you would. What is it?
The flower.
There's a single flower at each crime scene. They look deliberately placed.
There is? Let me have a look.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
One lily at each scene.
Yes.
Wait, what did you say?
These flowers, they're lilies. Easter lilies, I think.
Ah.
I don't believe it.
Yes.
Upton, this is incredible. This is the lead I've been searching for.
What? You mean for another case?
Bill.
The flower shop burglar. He was stealing Easter lilies. And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to uphold justice. At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic, but now it seems so obvious.
So the flower shop burglar is the justice killer?
Yep.
It seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
Well, then that's wonderful.
Yep.
You can kill two birds with one stone. Excellent work, Fordham. I knew you could do it.
We get a casebook thing. The Justice Killer.
What exactly are the details regarding this justice killer?
The killings began a few months ago, and so far he's claimed 5 victims. The department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye to prevent a panic, but word has gotten out. On the bright side, it makes your involvement in the case much less suspicious.
Yes. Previous victims.
What can you tell me about the previous victims?
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough they lived in. I have copies of the police reports from each of the crime scenes. Go ahead and take them.
Thank you, Upton.
Thank you. We get some stuff. Latest victim.
What are the details regarding the killer's latest victim?
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival McDonough, a member of Parliament. He was found this morning by his secretary in his office. I expect the official investigation is still underway.
So the killer managed to get into the Houses of Parliament. No easy feat.
You can say that again. It's the killer's first high-profile victim. It means he's getting bolder.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll have to drop by and see for myself.
Good. We're getting some stuff.
Everything all right with you?
Oh, I'm getting by. I expect things will go back to normal once this killer is caught.
I haven't worn out my welcome here yet, have I?
No, you're still tolerable. But when was the last time you washed your hair?
I'm starting to sound like Adelaide.
Yeah.
I should get back to it.
Not a bad idea.
Right. I think I have enough information to get started. I think I'll begin with...
Odd. I wasn't expecting company. Chief Snelling?
Uh-oh.
Upton, we need to talk. Fordham, I should have guessed I'd find you here.
Sorry. Chief Smelling. What a pleasant surprise. You're the last person I expected to do this. Shouldn't you be out trying to... What a pleasant surprise.
Ah, Chief Snelling. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm equally pleased to see you, Fordham. Although, having you here does save me a bit of trouble.
Trouble?
Those are some rather interesting decorations. Would either of you care to explain how they got here?
And once again, the jig is up. I hope you can talk your way out of this one, too.
I took the sketches from the police department myself.
I brought them here, after I made duplicates and took them from the police department.
Nice try, Fordham, but I know for a fact that isn't true. The ferroduplicator makes a report of every employee who uses it, as well as what was copied. A rather useful feature for instances such as these. Wouldn't you agree?
These gadgets are going to be the undoing of us all.
In any case, I did some digging and discovered some intriguing information.
Yeah?
Upton, why have you been passing on classified police information to Mr. Fordham?
Because he's the best detective you ever had on the force, and you know it.
Is that right? Personally, I don't consider getting your partner killed the mark of a great detective. But what's done is done. Constance Upton, your employment with the New Bretagne Police Department is hereby terminated.
What?
But
I should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated service that I'm not pressing charges against you. But as for you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place you under arrest for obstruction of justice and interfering with police investigations. Do you have anything to say in your defense before I take you in for questioning?
I know who the Justice Killer is.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I know who the justice killer is.
Fordham, if this is your idea of a diversion...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right, Let's hear it then. What do you think you found?
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Out of the question, Fordham. This is a police matter.
And the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes. Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Yes, Smelling.
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case, if you have actually found something of value. Now, what is this link?
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar in the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible.
Yeah.
I'll give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't come up with anything, I'm throwing you in jail.
Sounds fair to me.
And don't get any clever ideas about leaving town either.
Come now, would I do something like that?
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. I'm probably a fool for not clapping you in irons right here and now. When you have something to report, come find me in my office. Don't make me regret this.
Smellings.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Except you're still fired. I didn't have a chance to get him to change his mind.
We'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I could use a drink. I'll see you later, Fordham.
Well, better get to work then. The clock is ticking.
Yeah. Just gonna go ahead and save again. Working 2. So, do we need to check these things again?
Pretty flower. But is there really anything special about it?
Yeah.
At least this poor slob got to die in bed.
Okay, now you're talking.
The justice killer sure is thorough, you have to give him that.
Yeah. Now you're actually saying stuff. Good.
The flower certainly brings the room together.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very pretty way to go out. I wonder if he was trying to get something from that safe.
Maybe.
Must have been a powerful shot to knock him backwards like that.
Maybe.
That flower adds a nice touch to an otherwise drab apartment. Too bad about the body, though.
You see, we're getting the. Like, I don't know if we did not tell Addie about Bill. Maybe you messed up our marriage, but he's not mad, and this is his dialogue, you know?
Whew. Oh, that's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
Interesting place for a flower. Way to ruin a perfectly good wall. I bet that'll take ages to clean up.
Okay. So, current case, the Justice Killer. There is no doubt that the serial murderer known as the Justice Killer and the flower shop burglar are one and the same. It's time to track him down and bring him to justice. Find the Justice Killer, investigate Percival McDougal's office at the House of Parliament. We don't have any clues, we don't have any suspect, we got documents. Police report, Hannibal Kirkland, age 32. Occupation, iron worker at Thoroughbone Iron Works. Police found Kirkland in his home after his foreman reported Kirkland's absence from work. Apart from the word justice written in blood, nothing unusual was found at the crime scene. Okay. This was an iron worker. Reggie Willingham. Cabby for Colson's Cabs. Police found Willingham in his home after a missing person report was filed by his employer. Crime scene was inspected. Aside from the word justice written on the wall, nothing unusual. Ines Bowditch, construction worker at the Gascoigne-Chumley Bridge. Okay, it's a home, employee contacted. No other leads. Burley calls. Lamplighter, working from the Central Lamp Depot, Worcester. Officer Douglas Parsons discovered cause in his home after a report of a gunshot was made by neighbor Ethel Williamson. Justice written in blood, no other things. Okay, so that's not a lot of stuff to go with. And this is the thing we read. Nothing else.
What a handsome couple. Judging by the uncanny resemblance, I'd say these are Upton's parents.
Yeah, we're back to the normal dialogue. Okay, here we go. Final case. So, Colson Cab Depot, Central Lamb Depot, the police station, Houses of Parliament, bridge construction site, and Thorborn Ironworks. We need to investigate the sites for each one of the victims. Let's start with this one, the Colson Cab Depot.
Remember, a black eye is not a badge of honor. Anyone picking a fight will be dismissed immediately. Well, that's
Okay.
hardly any fun, is it?
Yeah, what do we have here? Mechanic working over there. Handsome cab. Herman.
A good old reliable handsome cab. Nothing fancy, just gets you from point A to point B. The way it should be.
Yes, this is Herman.
Good evening.
Oh, it's you again. Small world.
Indeed, Mr. Shaw, was it?
That's right. So, what brings you around to the cab depot?
I wanted to ask you some questions if you can spare some time.
Shouldn't be a problem.
This guy was from one of the previous cases, but I don't remember which one.
Did you know Reggie Willingham?
Reggie? Sure, I knew him. Well, just as rather I didn't.
Oh? Why do you say that?
The man was a bore, a scoundrel, a no-good bounder.
Okay.
I wish he would tell us how he really felt.
Only reason they kept him on here was because he was a good driver.
So it's fair to say you didn't like him?
Nobody did. When I heard he'd been killed, wasn't exactly a surprise.
Okay.
If I treated people the way he did, I'd surely have a lot of
So
enemies.
he was bad guy.
Could you elaborate a bit on Mr. Willingham's behavior?
Oh, he was a proud one. Thought he was God's gift to mankind. Always strutting around, bragging about how many gratuities he'd earned or how many fist fights he'd won against drivers from Phillips. He had the shortest fuse I've ever seen, too. Just looking at him the wrong way could set him off. I'd always laugh to myself when he'd brag about how many women he'd had in a week.
Why is that?
Because it was obvious he had to pay for the pleasure. A man like that isn't going to get a woman otherwise. I may not be a hit with the ladies, but even I know that being a bastard is a surefire way to drive 'em off.
What about the Justice Killer?
Are you familiar with the so-called Justice Killer?
I've heard a few rumors here and there about some murders in the chum, but I haven't paid 'em much attention. There's plenty for me to worry about in my own life.
Aren't you concerned for your safety?
Not really. Well, I haven't done anything wrong. So if this loony's going around doing justice, nothing for me to worry about.
He makes a good point. I think we need to get a better idea of what exactly these victims did to incur the wrath of our killer.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Colson Cabs?
Not a bad place, really. Only problem is the number of people always coming here for work. Lots of folks think driving a cab is an easy job that anyone can do, but that's not the case. You need to know this city like the back of your hand, and it helps to know how to drive. So we get lots of fellas starting here who don't have the slightest clue what they're doing. They don't last long.
What about the automated cabs? Are those a problem for you?
I prefer not to think about those. Colson has said he's got no plans to replace his fleet, so it's all that matters to me.
Okay. What about yourself?
Are you still living in Pumblechook Place?
I am, sir. Things are more or less the same, except Roger's not around anymore. Suppose he must have moved on. Hope he isn't planning on coming back, because his paintings...
Oh,
made
okay.
for great
This guy
keeping.
was in the
Oh,
chum.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling he won't be. I appreciate your time, sir.
Pleasure's all mine.
Okay, let me just save. Working to save. Learn more about Reggie Winton's personal life.
I thought about a career as a mechanic once. Glad I chose police work. Way less messy.
Yeah, way less messy. Okay, so yeah, this guy was the guy who lived on the street, with the painter, like in the case before last one. Let's just go outside. So, That one is gone. Okay, let's go with this one. This is the central lamp depot.
You there! What are you doing?
I'm Miles Fordham. I'm trying to find out about.
No time for that now! Get in here and shield your eyes!
I beg your pardon?
Just do it!
Okay.
What's going on exactly?
Shh! Everything ready, Alex? 3, 2, 1, go! Amazing! It works! It works!
What works?
Etheric lamps! Our experiment was a success!
What exactly have we wandered into here, Miles?
It's a regular thing, you know, like electricity. They call it authoricity.
May I ask you a few questions?
Of course! What would you like to know?
Burley calls.
You worked with a man named Burley Cause, is that right?
Yes, I heard he was killed. Such a senseless tragedy.
Yeah.
It's a shame he missed out on our demonstration. He was really interested in etheric technology.
Wasn't he concerned about losing his job to these technological advances?
He had no reason to. It's been made clear to all the workers that there will always be a place for us, even if our jobs are made obsolete. Unlike some other places, we take care of our own here at the Lamplight Depot.
How noble. But I'm pretty sure he's full of more hot air than the HMS Lenore.
Yes, perhaps. Cause's personal life.
Is there anything you know about Mr. Cause's personal life that might be relevant?
I know he was married, but I don't believe he had any children. Oh, and he used to talk about his love for fishing.
Could you give me his home address? Perhaps his wife will be willing to speak with me.
Yes, certainly. He lived at 820 Orchard Avenue, apartment 2A.
Thank you for the information.
Okay, good. We got a thing there. Cause's murder.
Do you know any details about Mr. Cause's murder?
Unfortunately, I don't. The police were here asking questions, but they didn't give me many details.
Do you know of anyone who might have wanted him dead?
Not at all. Burley was very friendly, always treated everyone around here with respect. You know, it's sad to think
Weird.
that for all our leaps forward, we're still really just a bunch of savages.
So why was he targeted by the Justice Killer?
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I've read about it in the newspaper. A horrible business.
Yeah,
It
bad.
makes me
Bad.
wish we could install more street lamps to keep this city safer at night. Someday, I hope to realize that dream. Then we'll really deserve to be called Lamplight City.
You think
Hashtag
brighter
title.
streets will stop serial murderers?
It's well known that crime rates are lower in Lyon and Worcester, and they have many more street lamps per square mile.
I'm sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the amount of wealth in those areas. Has to be all about the lighting.
Yeah. Etheric lamps.
You mentioned something about etheric lamps?
Yes! Weren't you paying attention to our demonstration? You have just witnessed history!
What I witnessed was a blinding flash of light.
Exactly! That flash was the result of years of painstaking research and experimentation. It means that not only does ethericity exist, but it can be used as a source of illumination. If these experiments continue to be successful, as I suspect they will, we'll have etheric street lamps before the end of the decade. Imagine lamps that burn twice as bright, 4 times as long. Oh, this will change everything.
And if it's like anything else we've seen, it'll put a lot of people out of work, too.
Yes, it is electricity.
What is it you do here exactly?
Oh, several things. This is the main hub of the city's Department of Illumination. It's really just a grandiose way of saying that this is where all affairs related to street lamps and public lighting are taken care of. But, in addition to sending out lamplighters or mechanics to repair damaged lamps, we also do research into new methods of illumination. That's what my personal specialization is. I help develop and test more efficient ways of lighting our streets. I guess you could consider me a modern-day Prometheus.
Yeah.
oh, yes.
More like an
Frankenstein
everyday
monster.
pretentious.
What?
Thank you. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Happy to help.
Okay, so the second bit thing has nothing to do with the other one.
Too bad you didn't get a chance to read that sign before their little experiment.
Yeah, wear your goggles.
Just a bunch of crap they used to build street lamps with. I wouldn't get too close to that thing. It might end up turning you inside out.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't get too... So this is where all the lamps in the city come from. I can't believe I never bothered finding out before.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him to his work for now.
Okay. We go then. See you later, bro. But you see, the other one disappeared. We get 2A then. Houses of Parliament. Bridge construction.
Safe for only 25 men at once. I used to draw the line at 2.
Safe for only 25 men at once.
Huh, they seem to be making pretty decent progress.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be any fun to tie yourself to that thing and go for a few spins.
Yeah, you would go like, wee. Talk to this guy.
Excuse me.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is a construction area.
I'm Miles Fordham, a private investigator. I'm looking into the murder of a man who used to work here.
Fordham?
Yeah,
You the same man who got Laura Dupre arrested?
Yes, that's right.
that's right.
Ah, good to meet you. I'm Gerard. My sister Amelie used to work as her cook. Would tell me stories about how horrible Dupre was. Good to see some justice done for a change.
Nice.
Glad to be of service. And good to meet you as well, Gerard.
So you say you looking into a murder? You talking about Bowditch?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I had a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Nah, should be okay to talk for a few minutes.
So Ennis Bowditch.
You worked with Ennis Bowditch, right?
Ennis.
What can you tell me about him?
Ennis was fun to talk to, always telling stories. Pretty sure most of them were made up. But it made time go by faster while we worked, and he made me laugh. We weren't really friends, but it's duller without him around, you know?
Okay, what about his personal life?
Do you know what Bowditch did on his off time?
Not really. I only saw him on the job. But I know he was seeing a woman. I forget what he said her name was, though.
Did he mention anything else about her?
Oh, sure, but I don't think they're the type of thing that would help you, if you get my meaning.
Right. Anything of a non-personal nature that might help me find her?
Yes, he mentioned she worked as the serving girl at the ruined coffee house.
I see. Thanks.
The first guy talked about getting a lot of women or something. And this guy also mentioned the other guy had a woman. And the second one, he was married but without children? I don't know.
Do you know any details concerning Bowditch's murder?
I only found out when the boss man told us.
Can you think of anyone who might have wanted him dead?
Well, everyone here liked him. I don't think he owed no one money or nothing like that. But maybe someone at his other job wasn't so friendly with him.
What other
Who
job?
knows?
Other job?
Ennis also worked at the docks as a longshoreman.
Well, that would have been handy to know sooner. Better late than never, I guess.
Okay. What about the Justice Killer?
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
Justice killer? No, I don't know anything about that. Who is he?
Just some
A
guy.
serial murderer. He's the one who killed Ennis Bowditch.
And you trying to find him?
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Well then, I wish you luck. Ennis didn't deserve to die the way he did. I hope that murdering bastard gets what he deserves.
What about this bridge?
So, the Gascon-Chumley Bridge is finally being worked on.
That's right. The project started up again shortly after the election. That Leroy, he's not wasting any time. Maybe a good thing for this city and for the country.
Indeed. I think it will be. How long before the bridge is complete, do you think?
They say it will take 5 years, but who knows? As long as the work is steady, you won't find me complaining.
What about you?
Do you normally work in construction?
Mostly. Sometimes I'd be doing other jobs here and there, but I'm lucky to have gotten this job. I think it will keep me in work for a long time, which is good because I have 3 mouths to feed at home.
Be sure to watch yourself then. I hear these types of jobs can be dangerous.
Oh, believe me, I know. One slip up and bam, that's the end of you.
but I always watch myself.
Good. What about Emily?
How's your sister doing?
Good. She still works for the Dupre family, but with that monster Laura gone, she's much happier. She tells me the family is acting like the madame never existed, and the husband raised Amelie's pay, too.
Oh, nice.
That does sound like an improvement.
It's just a shame 2 others had to die for it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gerard. I appreciate the information.
Not a problem, boss.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else here.
I don't think there's anything left to say right now.
Nope. Okay, so let's follow with the Gascoigne docks. Let me see something in the map. Oh, this one is still here. Apparently it was just the cab one that disappeared. Okay. Investigate the Parliament. Learn more about Reggie's personal life. The Burley Cause apartment. The servant girl at the Rowan Coffee House. Investigate the Gascoigne docks. Okay.
Blank surfaces don't stay that way for very long around here.
Nope.
This sign could use a fresh coat of paint. Ah, the chum. You can never truly get away from it as much as you may try.
Yeah.
Huh? What? Who is it?
Hello?
Hello, sir. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Go ahead, but make it quick. Time is money, after all.
It is. About Ennis Bowich.
Did you employ a man named Ennis Bowditch?
Ennis.
I did, yes. He only worked for me occasionally, but he was always punctual and performed his job well.
This guy is fancy.
I learned recently that he had been killed. It was a tremendous shame. Workers of his caliber are so hard to come by.
Do you have any information relating to Mr. Bowditch's murder?
I'm afraid not. The truth is, I knew very little about him. It's the same with most of my men. I have a business to run, you see. It affords me very little time to socialize.
What about the Justice Killer?
Are you familiar with the Justice Killer?
I believe I saw a headline in the newspaper recently mentioning that name, but I dismissed it as fear-mongering nonsense.
Yeah.
There are more important things I need to worry about.
But the Justice Killer is directly responsible for the death of one of your workers.
Oh? Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it. What my men get up to in their off time is none of my business.
Wow, this guy is even worse than you, Miles.
Oh, shut up, Bill. What about you?
What does your work here involve?
I'm in charge of tracking and cataloging all the cargo that passes through here. I receive the shipping manifest and make sure that things get unloaded and sent to the right places.
And you do all this by yourself?
Well, of course not. I'm in charge of administration. A team of workers does all the heavy lifting.
Thank you for your time. I'll let you return to work.
Right, you are.
Okay, let's talk to this guy. Trevor Hastings. Do we know you from other cases?
Trevor Hastings, is that you?
Why, Detective Fordham. Fancy seeing you again.
Oh, yeah.
What brings you down to the
From the
docks?
first thing.
I'm trying to track down a serial murderer, who I believe is the same man who was breaking into the
Into
flower
the
shop.
flower shop, yeah.
Don't say. I wish I could help you, but the guy never came back after the night you and your partner came around. Where is your partner anyway?
In my head.
Oh, he's
Around.
around.
Yeah.
Well, give him my regards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get this crate back, or Cecilia will have my head on a platter.
Of course. Good seeing you again.
He's around. That's probably the most clever thing you've said in months. Well done.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Hastings.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Hastings.
Yeah. Okay, so.
On the dark roads of Montana, there's a shadow in the dirt, the whisper of a mountaineer in a ragged flannel shirt. He walks the stony hillsides with his mandolin in hand, but you'll never see his face around